Welcome to Trinidad. Trinidad is one of the two main islands that make up the country of Trinidad and Tobago, located at the southern edge of the Caribbean, just off the coast of Venezuela. It is the larger, more industrial island, while Tobago is smaller and more tourism-focused. Port of Spain is the capital, and other key cities include San Fernando, Arima, and Chaguanas. Port of Spain is also the cultural, political, and economic hub. The Trinidad and Tobago dollar is the official currency, although US dollars are often accepted in port areas and tours. The population of Trinidad is ethnically diverse, mainly people of African descent, East Indian descent, European, Chinese, mixed, and Middle Eastern heritage. This diversity shapes its food, music, religion, and festivals. English is the official language, with Trinidadian Creole widely spoken too.
Good morning. Welcome to Trinidad.
Port overview. The cruise port is located right in downtown Port of Spain, on the western edge of the city's business district. The Port of Spain cruise facilities can accommodate 2 cruise ships at the same time on its 2 piers. Ships dock directly at the pier, so there's no tendering, passengers walk off the ship straight onto land. Facilities at the terminal include a tourist information center, duty-free shops, souvenir shops, and more. There are also cafes and places to grab some snacks or drinks. Craft markets and local vendors are right outside the terminal as well, making shopping a breeze for visitors. Wi-Fi is also available to visitors. Getting around Trinidad is easy. It is walkable to downtown. You can walk to nearby sites, but for beaches or nature tours, a taxi or organized shuttle excursion is more practical. Licensed taxis are plentiful outside the cruise terminal. Fares are not metered. So agree on the price before you go and clarify whether it's in TT dollars or US dollars. Many shops, services, and some restaurants in Port of Spain are within about 15 to 20 minutes walk from the terminal. Because the port sits in the city, excursions often involve short drives to places of interest. Maracas Bay and Las Cuevas Beach are popular beach stops, typically about 45 to 60 minutes from Port of Spain with scenic views and local food. Like many urban centers, it's best to stay in well-populated areas, travel in groups, and use licensed taxi services. Locals and travelers often recommend general city safety precautions. Culture and festivals. Trinidad is world famous for its carnival, held every year before Lent. It is also the birthplace of steel pan music, which is making music out of steel drum. Major cultural influences include African, Indian, Spanish, and British traditions. Food highlights of Trinidad. Trinidadian cuisine is bold and flavorful. Popular cuisine include callaloo, pillau, and bake and shark. Doubles, which is curried chickpeas and fried flatbread. Roti, an Indian-inspired flatbread with curry fillings. The country also has a strong street food culture. It appeals to travelers interested in culture, food, festivals, and nature rather than all-inclusive resorts. Climate. Trinidad has a tropical climate year-round. The dry season starts from January to May, and the rainy season is from June to December. As Trinidad is south of the hurricane belt, direct hits are rare. For city tours, visitors can explore Queen's Park Savannah, markets, or historic sites in Port of Spain on organized tours. Maxi taxis. Local shared minibus taxis are cheaper but can be confusing for first-timers and crowded. Shopping and food. On-site, terminal and nearby stall vendors sell crafts, souvenirs, and snacks. Downtown Port of Spain has larger shops, duty-free stores, and local food spots. Many visitors enjoy trying local favorites like doubles or roti nearby. standing at the eastern edge of Independence Square, a place once known as Marine Square, is a monument that has watched Port of Spain evolve for over 2 centuries. This is the Cathedral Basilica of the Immaculate Conception. Long before the city was filled with modern high-rises, these towers were the tallest structures in the capital, serving as a vital landmark for sailors navigating their way into the Gulf of Paria. It is a true masterpiece of Gothic Revival design, punctuated by the intricate rose window centered perfectly on the facade. Interestingly, the original stone towers were destroyed by an earthquake in 1825 and were later rebuilt using wood to make them more earthquake-resistant, which is how they remain today. Trinidad is one of the wealthiest Caribbean nations. Its economy is driven by oil and natural gas, petrochemicals, and manufacturing. It is less dependent on tourism compared to other Caribbean islands. Some cruise ships make a stop here, though the number is fewer than other Caribbean islands. The Magnificent Seven in Trinidad is a celebrated collection of 7 historic mansions located along Merivale Road, on the western edge of Queen's Park Savannah in Port of Spain. Built between 1902 and 1910 during Trinidad's cocoa boom era, these grand buildings were commissioned by wealthy planters, merchants, and religious institutions. Together, they showcase an extraordinary mix of architectural styles: Scottish baronial, French colonial, German Renaissance, Moorish Mediterranean, and Indian Empire, adapted for the tropical Caribbean climate. Today, the Magnificent Seven stands as one of Trinidad's most iconic heritage landmarks, a symbol of colonial-era wealth, cultural diversity, and architectural excellence, and is a popular stop for city tours and cruise excursion sightseeing. Queen's Royal College. Opened in 1904, this historic secondary school is designed in a German Renaissance style. Its red facade and clock tower make it one of Trinidad's most recognizable educational landmarks. Hayes Court. Built in 1910, it was once the residence of the Anglican bishop. Hayes Court features French colonial architecture with elegant balconies and ornate detailing. Today, Mille. Built in 1910, this graceful French provincial-style mansion was built for Dr. Enrique Prada. Known for its refined design and decorative ironwork, Mille Fleurs has been restored and is often associated with arts and cultural events. Roomor, also known as Ambard's house. Built in 1906, it is the smallest of the 7. Roomor is a private residence with a mix of European architectural influences. Archbishop's house. Built in 1902, it is the earliest of the Magnificent Seven. Built in the Indian Empire architectural style, this building serves as the official residence of the Roman Catholic Archbishop. Stollmeyer's Castle, also known as Killarney. Built in 1904, this dramatic mansion resembles a Scottish castle, complete with turrets and towers. Whitehall, also known as Rosenweg. Built in 1904, it is the largest of the Magnificent Seven. Whitehall blends Palladian and Moorish Mediterranean styles. It once housed government offices, including the Prime Minister's office, and remains a powerful symbol of Trinidad's political history. Fort George is one of Trinidad's most famous historic sites and viewpoints, perched high on the hills above Port of Spain. It offers arguably the best panoramic view in the country, overlooking the capital city, the Gulf of Paria, and on very clear days, even the Venezuelan coastline. The fort is reachable by car via Fort George Road. Visitors have to take caution when driving as the roads are steep and winding. The history of Fort George. Built in 1804 by the British, its purpose serves as a coastal defense against potential naval attacks. It was named to honor King George III. Interestingly, the fort never fired a shot in battle, as threats diminished soon after it was completed. Today, Fort George is a preserved historic landmark, blending colonial military history with breathtaking scenery. When you are at Fort George, you will see the original cannons pointing toward the Gulf of Paria, the ruins of barracks and officers' quarters, and the old stone walls and foundations from the British colonial era. There is also a dedicated viewing platform with safety rails, informational plaques explaining the fort's role in Trinidad's colonial past, making it both educational and scenic. From the top you can see downtown Port of Spain, the Queen's Park Savannah and the cargo ships waiting offshore. The sunsets are among the most photographed in Trinidad as well. Many locals come specifically for sunset, when the sky turns a beautiful orange and pink over the sea. Our tour has driven us from the city to Fort George and now heading to the north coast toward Maracas Bay. Along the way, we can see Trinidad terrain ranging from flat to hilly, with fertile plains and forested ranges. It is also home to unique natural features like mangroves, waterfalls, and the famous Pitch Lake, the largest natural asphalt lake in the world. Maracas Lookout is the scenic viewpoint on Trinidad's north coast. Many visitors time their stop for sunrise or sunset because the colors over the water and hills can be stunning. While there are no formal restaurants at the lookout itself, there are local vendors and street stalls nearby where you can try classic Trinidadian treats like chow, a spicy fruit salad made with mango or pineapple and mixed with pepper, lime, salt, and herbs. You can get fresh fruit and coconut water, cold drinks, and fresh fruit help cool you down on a hot day. Or snow cones, shaved ice with colorful syrups which are very refreshing in the tropical heat. Try their classic island sweets and treats like sugar cake and fudge, snacks you can nibble while you enjoy the view. There are also handmade crafts and souvenirs. Some small stalls sell simple local crafts or keepsakes. Vendors here tend to be small, family-run, and informal, so bring cash, especially small bills as many don't take cards. Maracas Bay, sometimes also known as Maracas Beach, is Trinidad's iconic beach. Maracas Bay is one of Trinidad's most famous beaches, located on the northern coast of the island of Trinidad. It's known for its scenic bay with golden sand, gentle surf, and lush surrounding hills, making it a favorite for both locals and visitors alike. You can swim, sunbathe, or take the scenic North Coast Road drive from Port of Spain that has dramatic coastal views en route. Another interesting fact on nature and wildlife beside the beaches. Trinidad has over 450 species of birds. Trinidad offers excellent bird-watching opportunities. Protected wetlands like Coroni Swamp is home to the scarlet ibis. Beaches are more rugged and natural compared to resort-heavy islands. area has food stalls and small restaurants lining the beach and adjacent parking area where you can eat right by the sea. What many people refer to as a shark meat burger at Maracas Bay is the famous classic Trinidadian street food dish called bacon shark, sometimes also called shark and bake. The bake is a fried flatbread. It is crispy outside and fluffy inside. The shark is fried pieces of shark meat, seasoned or marinated, then deep fried. The two are combined like a sandwich, which makes it feel like a type of seafood burger. It's usually dressed up with fresh veggies such as lettuce, tomato, cucumber, or pineapple. And top it off with a generous spread of sauces such as tamarind chutney, garlic sauce, pepper sauce, chadon beni, which is a cilantro-like herb sauce, mustard, ketchup, and more. Bacon shark is so iconic that many tourists consider eating it right on the beach a must-do experience when visiting Maracas Bay. We are on the way to a steel pan performance at the end of Maracas Bay. The steel pan, also called steel drum, or simply pan, is the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and is widely recognized as the only major acoustic musical instrument invented in the 20th century. The top of the drum is hammered into a concave shape, then individual notes are shaped and tuned by hand with hammers and other tools, a highly skilled craft called panning. Thank you for watching.